Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key.
Whisper, screamed it at the top of your lungs. We gained momentum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You made us unstoppable.
for a brand.
We had a vision for change.
Turn it off. Now!
You made it a revolution. We told you we are the future.
Anyone out here watching this new show?
The future is now.
Are you ready?
Disruptors, breaking it and making it.
How we looking? Solid, yeah. Real solid.
Dollar bill, y'all.
They love it when I turn off the bass.
Look at this. Look at this. And that was without even a single drop of rum. Look at this. Look it. I like the energy. Whoa. I'm streaming over here. Damn, what the fuck is that? I'm just streaming over here.
It's pretty good, that.
Right? All right.
Fuck your life.
I don't feel so good.
We're supposed to have 4 fresh fish, but I don't know what's going on.
I don't. They got my homie, man. Top G. I don't give a shit. She's an American. If we can get her back, great. But like, bro, that shit is not even a comparable trait.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Can you say Vinny Filter?
That was perfect.
Hey, keep up with me. I'm like that little the tree stump from the Apollo. Good luck. He wouldn't know what that is.
Showtime let it follow that.
They love it when I turn off the bass.
Going and more seductive than sex. You can't see. I can see it.
I'm not fucking riding fucking The Rock dick either.
Whoa.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I'm
going to bed. Good night, guys.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Yo, what's really good, man? Welcome to Untitled Live 130. So 130, baby. We here. Friday. Made it, y'all. Lots of shit happened this week, man. Between the last episode till now, man, mad shit dropped, mad trailers, mad movie news, fuck shit. We can get into all that early. Again, If this is your first time coming across this channel, we on Title Live. We talk about all types of shit, pop culture, movies, trailers. You know, we don't stray away from like crazy shit that's happening on the internet. We try. You know, we try to be respectful too at the same time. Shout out to the new subscribers. Thank you so much. We got 2 new subscribers since last week. Fantastic. It's rolling. They coming in. They coming through. So we appreciate y'all. Kind of the structure of the show is that we kind of do a temperature check on each one of us on the panel to see how our week went. We get into some kind of leaks and shit and, you know, political shit, whatever, if it happens. Then we get into like our real topics and shit and all that jazz. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. We appreciate y'all. If y'all here watching us live, shoot us a question. We're here. This is a live show. Don't be afraid. We're not gonna play you. We're not gonna make you feel uncomfortable. Trust me, we know how that shit feels. We get on this platform every freaking Friday, uncomfortable. So don't be afraid. All right. So shoot us a question. Any kind of question. Doesn't matter. Nothing's a stupid question. Nothing is a stupid question. We're not gonna mansplain shit.
I'll be judge of that.
I mean, we see some crazy things, but you know, as long as it's respectful, so we good. So I'm gonna start off since we have like a new scenery for Soulbrick, because this is a kind of a new thing. We're gonna start with him this time around. What's going on with you? So how's the week going?
What did you do? It's going. You know, so it was a bit of a short week, work-wise, because it's a mental wellness day today. So you know, we got off. So Super Mario Brothers. So
I didn't get to see it yet.
I'll let you know. It's good to see those. Talk about those thoughts. Yeah, I mean, it did come out like on a weird day, like Tuesday. So it was like kind of awkward. And I'm like, why did they do that? But
school's out.
Well, I had another thought about that. So Tuesday's usually video game new release day.
That makes
I
sense.
didn't think about that.
So I was like, oh, maybe that's why they released it on a Tuesday. Because
don't Nintendo normally release on Fridays?
I don't know.
I
haven't been in the game in a while, but
he foiled that shit, bro.
Yeah, he foiled.
He gave you hope, and he agreed with you too. He was like, "Yeah, whoa."
just gotta shoot my dreams down right there. But as you can see, yes, as Fresh pointed out, is a new scenery. This is not my place; it's my sister's place. I'm taking care of her dog for a few days while she's out celebrating her birthday. So
happy birthday!
Her and my eldest sister are, and my nephew are in Colorado, or they should be landing soon in Colorado.
That is random.
That's a random place to celebrate your birthday, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, there were some places that she wanted to go see, some art stuff and the Red Rocks and stuff. So that's where they went. You know, and
didn't invite you.
They didn't invite me because you know it's a girls' trip. You know, right? But you know they took my nephew, but my nephew kind of cheated because my nephew is trans. So it's like, yeah, that's cheating. I was like, it's cheating.
Your sister definitely like baned you though. She's like, one of us has to stay in the records.
Yeah. So I mean, my brother-in-law didn't go either. So, he's stuck, at home.
Yeah, I don't know why that joke hit me so late, but then I replayed the whole scene in my head when the dude's trying to put the thing on. So, no. Oh man, sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah, I'm taking care of him. He's laying behind me right now.
Is the dog watching you, or are you watching the dog?
I'm watching him because you see the blinds behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? in the middle one, there's a little hole.
Yeah, see it.
He just did that.
Wow.
Because usually the blinds are kind of halfway up, so he could look out the window. But the thing is, she's kind of like on the ground level, so I don't like people being able to see into the apartment. So I pulled the blinds down, and apparently he has a rival dog, and so he heard the dog outside, and he started trying to rip apart the blinds to get to the dog. And I was just like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So now I gotta send a picture of the blinds to my sister and be like, "Yeah, he destroyed your blinds. Sorry."
I would have kept that shit to the hip.
Man, listen, I ain't meant to shit. She
gonna see it. So
I open the blinds up, right back to
she knows how he is.
I put it right back halfway. When you put it back halfway, it's just gone.
Word.
I really don't care. I'm taking care of the dog, so she doesn't have to pay for a kennel. But my job agreed to let me work remote next week so I can take care of the dog. Because I was like, either I'm gonna PTO and you're not gonna have me at all, and you're gonna be stuck, without me, or I can work remote and you got some access. And they're like, that's a good point. that's a good point. So we got permission, and they were like, okay, yeah, you can work remote. It's an exception. I'm like, yeah. DK exception. So, did I do anything else? I'm trying to think. I didn't go see Dungeons and Dragons yet. I want to go see it. I'm gonna probably try to catch a matinee tomorrow. I got to find what movie theaters are around here to catch that.
Good flick.
Yeah, pretty good.
Really fucking good. A sleeper.
Trying to think anything else, but I don't think I really did. Yeah, I didn't do much else this week. Just Super Mario. Oh, of course, Mandalorian. So Mandalorian.
I don't want to talk about it. We should get it out the way before Fresh gets in here and talk about this shit. Was like mind blowing. This sets everything up. Like, dude, this episode was a fever dream, bro.
Yeah, that's really it for my week. So that's it. I'm just here. Just here.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my week was pretty chill. The folks over next door that's been building this crazy ass condominium next door. They took down the scaffoldings, and they took down like the kind of like the recess wall and all that kind of shit. So like things are looking good. So I got my backyard back, and they're gonna start building the driveway sometime next week. So it's looking good. I did watch my Ted Lasso. I've been kind of like slacking on it. So those 4 episodes ready for me yesterday, and that show that show is just so fucking good, and it doesn't get enough praise. Like, it doesn't get enough like recognition. Like, it's a really like it's a funny comedy, but it has like a lot of heart, and like every episode kind of like makes you feel like, like you pay, like, you cut onions. Like, it's always something. There's always like a lesson that needs to be taught, and it's like I like those kind of situations. I did Super Mario Brothers. That was like, it was like, I don't want to ruin it for Red, but great fucking movie. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't
know how it got the Rotten Tomatoes score it did.
Listen. I was telling my wife this shit. I'm like, listen. If critics are coming into this shit, they super being crazy critical.
I never go by the critic score.
No, I don't. I go by audience.
Never.
But it's
I
like,
don't even go by the audience score sometimes either.
But sometimes the audience score is like, it leans more to like, when I watch, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. That's like the kind of percentage I would give it. But folks are going into these movies and critiquing it like it's a fucking kids film. Like, anything you write, right? You think my fucking 4-year-old is gonna read your fucking review? Like, oh, you know what? This is not for me. Like, no one's gonna do that. Like, it's thinking everyone, I took the whole family, all 4 of us went. We had a good fucking time. I was laughing. I was like, oh man, this is great. It's a great fucking film.
To
I
a
mean, it's
kid,
not like
all they
the
see is
best.
Mario and Luigi and all the characters that play over there. They don't even care.
They don't care. They don't
They
care
don't
about none of
care
this
at all.
shit. But like, you know, the main thing is like, oh, they try to like really rely on nostalgia. Dude, the film is about nostalgia. Like it's based out of like 1980 something. It's nostalgia. Or like it is what it is. John Leguizamo kind of like I normally bat for this dude, but on Twitter he's been wilding like there's not enough representation in the film. I'm like, bro, come on. Like I really bat
Nigga,
for you.
representation for what?
I put in the tweet, I said, listen, I normally bat for you, but this time your take is crazy. Like no one batted an eye when a Colombian played an Italian.
Nope.
Right? And in this movie here, the family is Italian, right? They say they're Italian, like the family, they show his parents Italian, people are Italian. But everyone else are like fucking monsters and fucking, you know, toads and all that kind of shit. Like it's not like
That's what I'm saying. What representation he looking for? The game is 2 Italian brothers in the Mushroom Kingdom trying to save shit. That's it. There's no other further representation.
And the cast is diverse. Like there's all types of folks on this bill, and even the Princess Peach, she may look white passing, but I think she identifies as like a Colombian, is from Colombia. So
who?
The Anna Taylor-Joy, whatever her name is, she was born in one of those countries and shit. I forgot what country she was.
Oh, she the voice. All right, I'm about to say
voice of Peach. The voice of Peach, yeah.
But even still, Peach is from the Mushroom Kingdom. Peach is a mushroom woman, whatever she is. She's not of Earth standards. They're all from that little.
She's adopted.
They're all from that fantasy island. There's no representation further left to be done. I have never played Mario and said, you know what? I think they need a black character in Mario Bros. I never thought about that because it's about Italian brothers saving whatever Mushroom Kingdom they at, yo.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here, I'm enjoying this woman. Like, what is this guy like? This movie is not for him. It's not. We don't
have to be in everything. We do not have to be in everything, yo.
Thanks.
That shit. I'm like, yo, bro, come on.
We do not have to be in
I'm like, yo, your take, all right, too much. I love you, man. Your takes are crazy, but other than that's been my week. Nothing too crazy.
He just been today and call him to voice Luigi. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it is. And
that's what it is, yo.
To be honest, I wish, as much as people hate the Mario Bros. Movie, I don't hate it. I look at it as not a Mario Bros. Movie. Like it's like a child piece for me. It would have been dope to see like maybe a little reference, like some funny ass reference, like maybe you know the part when Luigi put the pins in his face. He's like, "Oh, we're already there." Like that part would have been dope if that would have been in the cartoon. Like, oh, cool.
There was some. I guess you missed the Easter eggs. There was reference to the first movie, to the live action Mario movie.
Oh, really? I didn't catch it. I mean, there's so many.
I want to tell it to you, but it would kind of spoil some stuff.
Yeah, you could do it in private chat.
I didn't catch it. It was so many. It was so much happening. Like I couldn't catch everything.
There was like two. I think there was 2 references to the first movie.
I'm trying to like probe shit. Like, were they trying to play the movie, or they were trying to give it like you know, like a cool like Easter egg?
No, it's kind of like a passive Easter egg.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. We're gonna kill it right. We're gonna stop. Before I give you the eyes, and then you give me the eyes, and then you say some shit.
And next you know, I'm singing, keep it to yourself.
I was waiting to see how long it was going to take.
Nah, we good.
I definitely want to see it again, though. You know, freaking. Yeah, I told my girl that I went to go see it. She was like, you couldn't wait for me to get back. I was like, you're not coming back for like another week or so. Like, fuck that. So, but she wants to see it too. So I'm like, I'm down to go see it again. So
yeah, this is gonna stay. Like at this point in time, it's gonna show you, it's gonna prove to you that the Rotten Tomatoes score is all like you get the crazy ass like rotten situation with the critics, and then the audience score is like
Did you see the box office numbers already? And it's only Friday. That means it's still got the whole weekend to go.
What kind of sucks is like that could have been Shazam because Shazam had like the same kind of like audience score, but like no one went to go see that movie.
It already beat Shazam.
Nobody gave it a shot.
Shazam
wasn't bad. Shazam was not bad. Nobody gave it a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody gave it a shot. Like, but it wasn't marketed as a kid film. Like if it was marketed, then you would have had like a lot more people coming in. But again, like that movie came out at the wrong possible time between John Wick and everything else. Like, you're not gonna make any money. You got to come out. Shazam should have came out on in January, like when movies go to die. To be honest, then you would have had like a good, good month.
Super Mario Brothers at number 10 right now in the box office. Shazam at 11, and then Dungeons and Dragons at 13.
And Dungeons is a really good movie, man. That shit was slept on, and it wasn't really marketed, and it's a really.
I wanna go see it because it looks so good.
I'm not even a Dungeons fan like that, but like watching is like, I want to play this shit right now. I want to play this shit.
Is Jonathan coming?
Just play World of Warcraft.
I'll wait for Jonathan.
We got Owl Bears in World of Warcraft.
Nah, I don't want to play that. I want to be able to play with people and look at you in your eye, like old school board games.
I was gonna say World of Warcraft is playing with people. That's all it's about.
No,
but not looking at your eye.
You ever seen like Joe Manganiello when he has his little group of people playing D&D? That shit is crazy.
I can't go backwards in like graphic wise. That's why I can't play games like Minecraft and shit because I just can't go backwards graphics. Like I can't do it. Like World of Warcraft need to update shit, man. I'm sorry.
No, World of Warcraft's graphics have gone up. Like I was streaming World of Warcraft.
To 16-bit.
Nah. Yeah, and John was like, "Are you playing World of Warcraft?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh shit, okay." The graphics look pretty good. It's just like the older maps still look old, but all the newer stuff has newer graphics. It takes a lot to update a whole server with newer graphics, so they just keep it that way. So when you go into older parts of the game, it looks like older parts of the game, but world-wise. But your character, they've been updating the graphics on the characters, on new enemies, new mounts, all of that. So like the graphics look a lot cleaner and a lot sharper. Especially like the new maps, they look a lot cleaner and sharper as well. But again, because the game is so massive, it takes a lot to update any older graphics.
Look at GTA 5, bro. That game came out like 10 years ago, and that shit got the new role-playing shit. Motherfucker, you could go there and buy some Supreme shirt. You could buy some Jordans. You could hold the block down. Yeah, it's just crazy. Those graphics got updated. Yo, I wish I had a gaming PC so I could do the role-play shit. Cause that shit looks crazy. Like people get into like real beef with that shit.
Bro, the role play, I've watched. Like, I have a friend who does like the role playing GTA shit.
Yeah,
like a role play. Yo, that world is so crazy to me. There's people that actually pretend to be cops on GTA.
Yeah,
people that they have whole jobs. They leave their life of a 9 to 5 to go to GTA and have a life of a 9 to 5. Like, it's crazy.
World of Warcraft has that too. They have dedicated role playing servers.
Yeah, that with World of Warcraft.
They got dedicated.
I'm just saying, you guys are talking about RPG. I'm like, World of Warcraft is one of the biggest RPGs, and it's like,
yo, they better sign you, bro.
Dedicated.
Yo, World of Warcraft, whoever makes World of Warcraft, sign up.
Yo, just send. All they need to do is just send me World of Warcraft merch. Let me get that. The Arthur statue. Let me get that replica of Frostmourne. That's like $1,500.
He's over here pushing your product real hard, yo. Come on,
some man is a fucking World of Warcraft zealot at this point, bro. What are you doing, dude?
That game is great. I mean, it's like, it's built. Before it was kind of built for hardcore people, but now they kind of developed the game. You could be a casual player, you could be a hardcore player, or anywhere between PvP, whatever you're into. It's very,
Until the graphics get to Smite level, I don't know.
That's not a tall order. That's not
like Smite's also not as big as World of Warcraft in terms of size of the game.
if they announce some fucking World of Warcraft shit, like they even gonna move to like a new game, a new server, and it's like all new graphics, then me. I can't
Well,
play some
that
shit
that
looks like
actually
Mario.
was a talk after that whole big like lawsuit incident with Blizzard. That they were thinking about ending World of Warcraft and then just going forward with a World of Warcraft 2. And that never happened.
Then
they just continued
those grape allegations, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was not that. It was like toxic.
Yeah, it was just toxic workplace, like very bro culture. That was happening. So and
bro chachos.
Yeah. So.
All right, cool. Well, your game sucks.
Wow.
So mine was good. Cool. Whatever. Redman, how was your week, bro?
My week was pretty chill, man. You know, working. Didn't really do much. Started slowly get back into anime. I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, but I also started watching Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
A lot of new anime dropped today, like new seasons. I was looking at it. I was just like, yo, is it dub yet? No.
Of what? It was not Black Clover, man. I don't know.
Nah, Black Clover, but Dr. Stone dropped a new season. So the first episode of the new season just came out.
Marrero watches that. Marrero talks about that show all the time.
Oh, Dr. Stone is so good. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend.
I'll check it out. Cause and that Black Clover's back anyway, so gotta watch something. Anyway, so yeah, watched a little bit of Wu-Tang, the Wu-Tang Clan show.
Yo, Morero's a fucking creeper, bro. He be in this bit. He's in here.
He don't want to talk to us. He don't want to talk to us.
Well, perhaps.
Watched Mandalorian. I saw Dungeons and Dragons on Sunday. I want to say I saw it. Saw Dungeons and Dragons. Really good movie. Really got slept on. Not that many people talking about it, but like it's a really good movie. Like, Chris Pine did his thing.
Can't wait to see it.
Justice Smith was really pretty hilarious in that movie too. He really need to get some credit for that movie because he really did a good job in this one.
He was fucking hilarious, bro.
Well, yeah,
his timing is impeccable.
Yeah, he really did a good job in this one. So I hope he gets some future burns on some roles and stuff because he did his thing. Thursday was my birthday, so I got to.
Happy belated.
Third to you.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Thank you. I got this nice shirt from Chris on my birthday. Shao Kahn
right there. That's just fire.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty fire.
He got me another Majin Buu shirt and stuff. It was pretty chill. So thank you, Marrero. I appreciate
Marrero's
it.
Bay, bro. Marrero's Bay.
I didn't get to see Mario. I didn't really do anything today. I must have just chilled at home. I was relaxing.
Today was a good day to relax.
Yeah. I think I might see it tomorrow before we all hang out, or I do it Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's happening tomorrow. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's my week. My week was pretty quiet this week. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. No apprehension stories today.
That's good. That's what's up.
I feel like we haven't had a story in a while.
Yeah, they've been chilled. Like
they're watching the show. They're watching the show. They know he's watching. Reddit's on this shit, bro. They watching, dude. Yo, guys, if you guys are in chat, man, we are live. If you have questions, throw them out there. All right, just letting you guys know we are live. Fresh Prince, how was your week, bro?
I'm gonna be quick because it was nuts, man. But I didn't talk about anything last week, but my grandmother passed, and the funeral was yesterday.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So like, It's like when you know, it's like grandmothers but matriarch, right? So people that have large families, y'all know what I'm saying when I say like the matriarch, like so that was a rough one.
Yeah, I know the pain. Lost mine too, man. So I know the pain.
Yeah, the glue to everything, bro.
Yeah, and but you know the good thing is that she lived to 94, so
yeah,
she had a good run.
That's real nice.
Yeah,
she
that's
had a good
generational
run.
right there.
Yeah, exactly, and that's really like the overall take that I'm taking away from everything. It's just like I said, she had a good run. She influenced a lot of people. Um, so you know, there's a lot of products of her love, of her generosity, of everything that she put out into this world. There's just a lot of duplications of that we have out here now. So, um, you know, it's rough, but yeah, it was like you know, but again, 94. It's like you know, we were preparing. You know, a few of us. It's like we're prepared for it. You know, it's gonna happen. But I don't know what it was. It was just something yesterday, and then my son, and then it's just like I don't know. It's floodgates open. I don't even. It wasn't like a specific memory. It wasn't for a specific. It just was like, yeah, emotions. Body was like, yo, just let it out. Just get it all out now. So it was just a wild thing. And today was kind of weird. And you know, Star Wars Celebration was yesterday and all of that. So I didn't see none of that. I didn't think about none of that. I wasn't on no social media, none of that. So it was like it was kind of like a pause on everything. But then you know, seeing that with y'all in the group chat that the Ahsoka trailer dropped, I'm like, all right, so let me throw myself into that. Let me throw myself into that because you know I've been waiting for that for a long time. That's like the one Star Wars thing I've really always been excited and waiting for. So you know, doing that, did a reaction to that, you know, did the whole video, but it was like right before we got on here. So when I get off here, I'll send it to Fresh, you know, for finishing touches. But yeah, besides that, yeah, happy I'm here, like I say all the time, right? Made it back again with y'all. So again, this is for myself and possibly for other people, you know what I'm saying? Just an escape for a couple hours or a little while from all the wild stuff that we usually go through on a day-to-day.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shit that dropped.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot going on. So
yeah,
I'm excited again to be on and just talk about all this madness, about whatever I haven't seen or heard about yet, and the stuff that I did. So let's get into it, man.
All right, that's what's up. Let's get into it, man. So yeah, man, this week crazy. Let's start off with, and mind you, like I've been out of the scene for a very long time, and I know that Chris is gonna enjoy this topic. Well, WrestleMania had me. This I haven't watched WrestleMania in a long time with wrestling in general, bro. But I had a good fucking time watching this shit. I felt like a kid because I felt like the storylines were crazy, they were outlandish. Even just the wrestling in general, like just between like Roman Reigns and what's this guy's name?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah. It was just like it was just outlandish, bro. Like it was just so like it reminded me of 90s wrestling. Like it was just like the referee was acting all dumb, like he didn't see what he saw. Like, yo, bro, it made me laugh. And I had a good time, and I'm like, yeah. And I thought that Cody Rhodes was gonna win. The way it was looking, like, all right, it looked like it was leaning towards that, but then I'm like, nah, it's not. they're not gonna kill it off like that. But it had a good time, man. How about you?
Did you guys rip the heart out, man?
Yeah,
they give you hope and then they rip the heart out, yo. Triple H used to do that shit to me all through my childhood, yo. I was dead online arguing. Some dude was like, man, I'm tired of Roman Reigns holding the belt. Boycott WWE. I said, boycott WWE? My man, I had to live through Triple H and Edge holding a stranglehold on that title, and I wanted the mofos to lose, yo, and they would stay beating my. That's what heels do. They beat your favorite wrestler. That's what they're supposed to do, man. Yo, sit there, take your heart ripping out like a man, like I had to when I was a kid. Yo, anytime Triple H ended one of my favorite wrestlers, bro, I was tight, bro. I was like, damn it.
Bro, can't nobody tell me nothing about Roman Reigns when I lived through the Hulk Hogan era, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Facts.
Get out of here.
1,484 days, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 1,484 days, I think, he held the title.
Shit felt like 20 years, bro.
And Roman only has.
I didn't know that. But mind you, I haven't been in a minute. So he's been winning this shit for how long?
Well, Roman right now is at 900. He's at 960 something days. He's approaching 1,000, but Hulk Hogan is the last one in a long while to reach 1,400 and I think 84 days.
Yo, that's a fucking bid, bro. That's a prison bid right there. These motherfuckers holding these
titles,
bro.
Bruno Sammartino had 2,000 something days with that shit, bro.
He had that shit for like 5 years, bro. Crazy.
These old over here crying about Roman Reigns. I said, bro, you better sit here and eat that shit like I had to eat that shit when Triple H was doing that.
Damn. Yeah, I remember the whole era. I remember that part.
Era, man, that shit tore me apart.
Oh my.
That shit was crazy. But I had a good time. That chick, what's that chick's name? The short black hair, short white chick. She's from like Australia or some shit like that, I think.
Oh, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea, yeah. She oof. She bad. I don't know. Something about her goth. I don't know.
She's pretty tall. I think she's like 5'11".
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, her and Charlotte like 5'11". I think they tall.
Yeah, she a dumb. She good. I like that. I had a good time with that shit.
Yeah, WrestleMania was lit, man. I was happy.
It was definitely popping.
It was, and it's crazy, right? He made sure that this was gonna be the match of the match of the match, right? Give this shit so much fucking praise, and then sell the shit the very next day. That was all the ploy, bro. To sell it the next day, bro. I was like, oh shit. So now we know. So the UFC and WrestleMania, WWE is all one brand. That's crazy.
What he did, right? He let Triple H run the shit for a while, so he got the popularity back up. So WrestleMania was run by Triple H. That shit was hype. Triple H ran. That was his first like solo running WrestleMania on his own. Shit was the best WrestleMania in a long time. Yeah. It was the best WrestleMania in a long time. Then the Raw after WrestleMania, they sold the company. Vince came over, took over the show. That shit was trash. Everybody was like, yo, this feel like Vince McMahon took his back again. And they found out like, yo, Vince was calling the shots. And we like, oh, no wonder this shit was trash, yo.
Yo, it's crazy. I was watching like the interview between like the CEO of UFC and then Vince. My man Vince had the mustache. I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, when I saw that nigga, I said he looked like the what's that shit? The picture of the guy that had the mustache, right? And that should be like his name is slipping my mind right now. But like the old actor, he had
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about though.
I just felt like he looked like that dude. Yo. I was like, yo.
It's clearly like he dyed his hair. Like this guy's a billionaire, bro. Like if you're a silver fox, bro, let it be known that you're a silver fox, bro. That shit sometimes look better than hair dye.
Yeah, man.
Like embrace that shit. Embrace that you're getting older, dude. Like Vince McMahon, nobody's gonna say anything else. He said, Jesus.
Wow. They was going.
Damn.
Yeah, it was, bro. It was horrible. And if you're a wrestling fan, just like Marrero said, Red said a little while ago, if you watch this, you know it. So it's like you don't even need to hear tabloids or nothing. You can watch it and literally tell, like, oh, nah, Vince is in charge. Or Triple H is in charge. You can literally tell by just watching what's going on the show. Like, it's so crazy how stark the difference is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Vince need to hang it up. Like he's not bro. Sometimes you gotta know when you're out of touch, yo. You're old and you can't. You don't have it. You ain't got it no more. Vince is over. Bro. You're close to 80. It's okay to hang it up, man.
Yeah, man.
Let the young bloods take over, bro.
Yeah.
You out of touch now, bro. You ain't got it.
You know what it is that he didn't create like a redundancy plan. Like it's either he runs it or someone else totally runs it, and there's two different kind of like visions, right? Like you don't like when you have Steve Jobs, right? And then when he died, passed away, Tim Cook came in, had the same kind of vision because they was like mentoring each other. Like you picked his mind, he knew exactly what he wanted, and he continued his vision, right? So and I'm sure with
but you see that
he's gonna have the same exact. 'Apprentice.
You see, the thing with that is, though, is like, bro, you got sometimes you gotta know when you're out of touch, yo. You ain't got it no more. Vince is over. You when you're right, when it came to like his kids, people were kind of fearful. Like they're like, or they didn't know if they wanted Stephanie or Shane to take over because they were like, they don't know if they're gonna have the same visionary pattern. But then like, yo, the perfect heir came up right there. Like Triple H, he married your daughter.
Yep.
He's the son-in-law, the perfect heir. He has the same visionary. He has the same passion as you do for the business.
He has the personal wrestling experience,
and he knows how to make great content. Like the same way you did back in the day, he knows how to do it. It's just that like he's not trusting the man to do it, man. Trust him to do it, bro. He's killing. He created NXT and he made NXT one of the top brands so good. It was supposed to be a developmental brand. And NXT was so good that they started considering it as a third brand next to Raw and SmackDown. It's like that's how good he turned NXT. And you're not gonna trust him.
I literally watched NXT more than I watched the main roster when Triple H was first running it, bro. Legit.
What was that other wrestling situation that happened where people thought that was gonna be the next thing, right? Before they was like, oh, WWE.
AEW.
Yeah, AEW. What happened to that?
They still going.
They're still going on.
But the main guy was Cody Rhodes, right? He was like their main guy, right? He was running the shit or some shit like that.
It was a group of them.
He was the EVP, and then it was like three of his boys, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They was all not running it, but they were basically like the Triple H's for that brand, because the main dude was like he was just a fan. Like, damn, what was it? What's his name again, Red? Khan.
Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan. Yeah. Damn. He's like an Uber fan, so I mean, he makes a good promotion, but at the end of the day, he has no real experience in running a wrestling promotion. So,
you can tell. Look at that ROH shit that happened, where the dude did the that crazy stunt that they did. I'm like, bro. I could tell somebody's gonna break their leg doing that shit, bro. Like I'm like how the hell whoever approved that shit to happen? So like basically fresh, these niggas on some high end shit. They stacked up a bunch of tables and shit, and then this dude is doing like a spinning like a flipping pile driver to the other dude onto the tables. So when it happened, of course they missed a good portion of the tables. Dude landed on the floor, broke his leg. Like you see his leg snap, like it's literally like twisted the wrong way. And everybody's like, oh, and I'm saying, I could tell it was gonna happen. Who the hell approved this shit, yo?
Oh man.
Who said, go ahead and do that stunt, yo?
Yeah, he said he looked like Bison.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They was wilding on Twitter, bro. They was wilding when he had that interview, bro.
That's
the Vince.
Yeah,
he look like Bison. He does look like Bison, dude.
Yeah, he does look like Bison.
That ass does.
It's crazy, like watching this shit and watching all the drama and shit. It reminds me of Succession. Like I started watching. I failed to mention what I was like my watches this week, but that's one of the things I got into. Like I've been a Succession fan for a minute, but I kind of like getting into this new groove. And pretty much like the whole premise is like this one guy, right? You know, you got the Roy family, and you got this one dude that owns a big portion of the news situation, and he got his kids that's trying to like, you know, undercut him and shit like that. Like they trying to fuck him over and shit. It's a really good show. This season is kind of like weak a little bit because it kind of like there's just plotting happening. I'm sure it's gonna pick up, but it reminds me of like Vince, to be honest.
That I was gonna say liken it to that too. I believe that's probably how their personal relationship is. He just pushing them hard as fuck, like pushing the kids against each other and all types of shit. It probably
you got the son-in-law, right? You got the Triple H, right? You got the son-in-law with his daughter that's married to his daughter. His daughter's like, she's like, I'm out of this shit. Like, I'm trying to make my own shit. It's crazy.
His daughter actually did leave the company too.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, it leans more towards like, you know, the Trump family and all that kind of shit, but it's all based on like rich people shit. So it's wild, man. But yeah, man, I had a good time with WrestleMania. It was a good time. So like, I'm gonna keep my ears to the ground with these shits. I'm not probably gonna watch everything, but I'm gonna try to like stay tuned into that shit. They got they got the homie, man. They got Mr. Trump, man. Finally, man. I don't think they like they arrested him. I don't think they put him in cuffs though. I don't think they did that.
Man, that show's a joke. He just went in there, got indicted. Okay, you're free to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. To be honest,
you're free to go. Court, come back to court and on this day.
Yeah,
everybody's like, yo, you going down for 36 counts? You really think they let you? If any other person, you think they let you walk out that fucking place? 36 counts, bro.
What killed him, I think, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, or whoever in the panel, but they unsealed his previous shit, and they found a litany of shit, like 30 counts of felony charges, and one of them was like hush money from like the campaign where he paid off a doorman because the doorman knew that he had a kid out of wedlock during 2016. And nobody knew about that shit. I'm like, damn, yo, where's this kid at? Like, this kid is around here somewhere. Like, he another Arnold Schwarzenegger situation. My man has a Hispanic child, bro, that looks just like him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He has his physique and everything. Like, he has the body. Everything.
The Hispanic kid looks more like Schwarzenegger than his kids with his dad.
Crazy. Like if you ever wanted to like do like a Terminator where you want to de-age him, use his son. It's crazy, man. But yeah, man. I mean, not much on information on that. I just wanted to kind of like throw that up there, like, you know, it happened, is there. I'm trying to like do like bookmarks for the show because I know a lot of people want to watch it, but they don't want to watch the whole entire show. So I'm kind of like making sure like whatever topics we have, we could timestamp it so I can add chapters to our show to give more the audience, you know, if they want to skip this part and go to straight to like Mandalorian, they know exactly what they need to go to. So I'm trying to be more efficient here. What else I have here? Because I know that there's a lot of shit that dropped. So let me pull up my. Do I have my shit? That's not there anymore. I did have a.
How about the Bud Light backlash?
Are you talking about Kid Rock?
Bro, not only Kid Rock, but a lot of places that say they're not gonna serve Bud Light no more.
They did something right. They changed their can to like the flag, right? Some shit like that.
They changed their can to this transgender to named Dylan Mulvaney. And everybody, but you see, the problem is not that just they change it to the transgender, but nobody likes this kid, Dylan Mulvaney, because they feel like he's just he's a troll, like he's not trying to be like a real, like he's one of those trans people that goes extra. They don't, not a trans person that's like trying to be like, you know, live their life and do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really hated, and the fact where they put him on the can, yo, people are tight. People are also tight at Nike because they put him as the spokesperson for the Nike sports bra. So so Nike and Bud Light is facing backlashes right now. Because like, yo, they're not buying their shit no more. You know?
Wow,
that's crazy.
people like Anheuser-Busch. They took a whole list down and like of all the Anheuser-Busch owned products, and they said they're not buying it. They can say no more Corona, bro. Corona's done. No more Corona.
Damn, bro.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy enough. But we was I saw some shit in the news. Not in the news, there was a Screen Rant or some shit like that. They talked about how WB is gonna reboot the whole Harry Potter shit. So every book is gonna be a season.
Yeah,
that sounds cool, but I saw people going in on that shit too. They talk about like Ron's gonna be like a transgender black person or something. They say gonna make it woke.
If J.K. Rowling is not included, then yeah, they definitely gonna like appease to our audience. But like if you make Hermione like black, that's gonna be fine because I think in the book she was like kind of depicted as a dark skinned woman. So I don't think she was intended to be white. So that's why in the play, Hermione was a black chick.
I never read the book, so I don't know. But I know.
Yeah, they didn't say that she was like dark. They just said like her hair was like they mentioned the hair as well as her skin color was dark and tanned. So like they just switched it up, but they're definitely gonna do that shit. Like and I don't. It's gonna be hard for them to do it because if you got how many books they got? 7 books. That means you're gonna have to like film like 2 seasons in 1 year because these kids are gonna Shazam can't even keep up with their kids.
But I mean, Shazam started late. They should have got real young kids. They got kids like that was like close to their mid-teens anyway and stuff like that. And so by the time they're ready for part 2, all these kids are like 18 already. Like, bro, like he's an adult.
Yeah,
you might have to put the Shazam costume on him. He's an adult now.
So if you have a kid, right, and you cast a kid that's like 11 years old, 12 years old, then if you got 7 seasons, you're probably thinking about maybe 12. This is gonna be a 10-year, 12-year thing. They're gonna get it's gonna be hard to like balance. Like by the time the 7th season, these kids are gonna be fucking gold tees and fucking expecto patronum.
I mean, yeah. By the time they reach like the later season, you expect they're gonna be more adults. Like they really expect them to be adults and stuff like that. Like, but
I'm with it. To be honest, I'm with it. Like,
I would have preferred them to do a series on the original 4 witches. Gryffindor, Hufflepuff.
That's what I want. I want.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
That was the plan, but I think they wanted to just do because I think they want to move away from the film and just do like the TV shit. But at the end of the day, like HBO better commit, right? If you got 2 seasons and then it's not doing too great, and they're like, you know what, like cancel the third season, like that's gonna piss a lot of people off.
No, don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. Yo.
Like,
but that's why they should have started from the beginning. Make a story that hasn't really been told about yet, and then build. So it's don't do a Game of Thrones where you're giving us like 8 seasons and now you're giving us a prequel.
Yeah,
I'll probably speed through Sorcerer's Stone and fucking Chamber of Secrets. I'll combine all that shit in 1 season because those two are the most like the weakest stories anyway. Everybody wants to get to when the action starts, like in Prisoner of Azkaban and up, I'll combine Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets into 1 season. Maybe put all that shit in 1 season.
To be honest, me personally, if you're gonna do that shit, I would say do 2 seasons. Like film the season 2 seasons at once, then release it the next year or whatever. Like how James Cameron did already. He already had Avatar 3 in the can, right? Just do it that way, so you know that the kids will be somewhat the same age the following year. Because 7 seasons, man, that's gonna be a lot, bro. Like. Stranger Things was what 3, 4? How many seasons? 4 seasons, and it's been 10 years.
But Stranger Things takes big ass hiatuses though.
I mean, because the VFX are crazy. Like this one here was crazy. Like I think we waited. They showed the trailer like, and then it didn't come out for like another 2 years. Like the whole shit with him like hammering the fucking the railroad shit. That shit came out like 2 years ago. That shit was crazy.
I think they're doing a time jump, right? With that,
they got to do time jumps because the kids are fucking old now. 11 ain't even 11 no more, bro. That shit is a grown ass woman.
All the lights in the apartment are turning off on their own, and I'm not sure if that's Alexa or
that's the ghost thing.
That ain't me. It's better you than me. I ain't in the
sister set you up. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a poltergeist.
See you next week, bye.
It's like, oh,
that shit crazy, man. But yeah, I'm here for the Harry Potter shit, man. I want to see more story.
All I know, if I see a shadow walking behind Stinky, I'm out.
I wouldn't be surprised if you put a timer on it because my nephew has a bad habit of just like leaving shit like on and then just going about doing something else. And it's just like, bro, you're just gonna,
Nah, your dog will be the first to warn you. They can see them shits.
Yeah, man, it's all you do. I walked into the apartment one time a while back to come take care of him for like a day, and I was wearing a mask, and he saw me walking. He sees me with the mask on. he starts freaking out and he runs. He bounced. He was out. He was like, nope. and then once I walked into the kitchen, he came up. He was just like,
damn.
Yeah, he just bounced. He was like, ah, and he just bounced.
You
And
gotta take the family, yo. They on their own.
And then he pops his head in the kitchen. He looks at me. I still got the mask on. He's like looking at me. I'm like, get over here. He's just like, so he's like, oh, okay, I know who you are.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
This big ass dog, yo. This just he's scared shitless.
Oh man, funny. Yo. So I don't know. It was Monday, whatever. Yeah. So Monday, the Guardians tickets went up, and a whole slew of fucking trailers dropped. Crazy. we got to Across the Spider-Verse dropped a new trailer. Blue Beetle dropped a new trailer. We have, if you guys want to see our reactions, we have a couple of videos that, after the show, if you guys want to revisit, go watch it, give it a like, share it. But yeah, man, these trailers, man, were really, really dope, man. As far as like the two trailers that dropped, which one I think is the best one? Across the Spider-Verse was like, that shit was king. Like that shit, I can't wait for that fucking movie to come out. Like, that's June, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
June needs to hurry the fuck up because I can't fucking wait. I have my theories on what the problem is. But I like the fact that they reference, the 616 situation with Doctor Strange and the nerd. That shit was kind of funny. I'm like, damn, that's kind of funny. Like, you call me nerd. That's fucked up, man.
Oh man,
this is pretty dope, man. But like, your Spider-Man 1999 is like
2099.
2099. My bad, 2099. I don't know.
I did it too.
I'm getting the universes confused, but 2099 is like one of my favorites, as well as Scarlet Spider, and I'm glad they kept it like OG Scarlet Spider. Like that shit looked straight out of comic.
Yeah,
that shit was fucking dope. But yeah, I think most like we talked about this in the show before, that I think me personally, I think that they after him because he's not really supposed to be Spider-Man. I think because he got bit by a spider that wasn't from the universe, and so like he has powers that he's not supposed to be having. And I also think that he didn't lose, even though he lost his uncle, but it was not because in the comics, both his parents died, right? But then they brought him back in the Ultimates. So I don't know I think that maybe they think that he needs to lose a parent or whatever in order for the universes to kind of like align. And I think he
lost his pops too. I know he lost his mom. He lost his pops too. I didn't know
he lost both. Yeah,
he did. Yeah. They had a version of that in the video game too. If you played that one,
they took the pops. I always thought like, I always knew the mom died. I didn't know the pops got clipped too.
Yeah, it was a quick run. Like they died and they brought him back for Ultimates. He found a way to kind of bring him back.
Yeah, that's kind of harsh.
His show's fucked up, bro. Yeah, his backstory is fucked up. I mean, like I said, it's still considered a kid's flick, so they kind of like they didn't want to go ham. But yeah, I think he's gonna end up probably like losing a parent or making that sacrifice of which parent, or maybe he just saves them all. Maybe he finds a way that
the sound of the trailer, I think the mom is gonna get clipped first.
Probably.
Because the way the trailer started, and I don't know how the trailer is for a thing, but in movies, I saw the trailer in movie theaters, and like it starts with her giving her the speech about protecting the kid inside of him and stuff like that. Like I said, it sounds like a kind of speech a parent gives before they die.
Yeah. I think, and then they showed
his pops falling too.
But I also think that's like a misdirect. I think he's gonna end up saving that. But yo, like, there's a they showed like the first I saw the trailer when it was like the Asian version, like the Asian market version, and they have like the Toby, the Andrew, and the Tom Holland suit up, and that's how it starts off with them first. Then it goes to him. I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. But in the American version, it doesn't have that beginning part. But it was dope, man. A lot of people don't understand like 2099, like that Spider-Man, like that version, like he's a legit like fucking spider. Like he's been like genetically altered. Like he has claws.
Mm-hmm.
He has fangs, he has claws, like he's a fucking unit. Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. How did you guys like the trailer? I know we all know how Fresh feels, right? Because we
Yeah,
heard it.
that's why I'm quiet. I wasn't gonna say
So
nothing.
Red, you saw it, right? You saw the trailer, Red?
I didn't see the trailer you talking about. I saw the trailer in movie theaters. Starts out with the mother giving him a speech, and then like a whole bunch of stuff happening, and then Gwen tells them like wake up, and then like next you know he's being attacked by all the other Spider-Mans.
Oh, so you saw the first one? You didn't see the second one?
Nah, I see it.
Yeah, so the second.
I don't. You know, once I see one trailer and I made my mind to see it, I don't really go looking for other trailers because then I feel like people show up too much in the movies nowadays, yo. So I don't know.
No, that's true. That's true. Now, but it's really good trailer. It doesn't give you anything at all. It gives you a whole lot of nothing. Like it doesn't say what's happening, the plot, nothing. It just shows like 2099 is not really fucking with Miles at this point.
And it shows where he's at in his life right now too.
Yeah. So like you could tell like 2099 is like he's going through some shit. Like he's like, in order for him to kind of like maybe get his family back, maybe he's losing something that correlates with fucking Miles, and like it's there's some friction. Like I don't know. It's fucking good. So did you see it? How'd you feel about it?
I'm just looking forward to seeing the movie. I see like one or two trailers or like 1.5 trailers, and I'm like, I don't want to spoil it for myself. I want to be, surprised and delighted. So yeah,
gotcha.
I'm just kind of waiting for like the actual release of the movie.
All right, cool.
And then also, these mofos like to show you shit that's not even in the movie too. That also makes me upset. Like I'm still not gonna let it down. The fucking Avengers Infinity War. When I saw the trailer, a fucking Hulk running in the background with the rest of them, and I didn't get that shit. I got fucking Mark Ruffalo in the Iron Man suit running in the background. I was tired. I'm like, wait, where's my Hulk scene? Where's my Hulk running out to fight this war, man?
They spent a lot of money inserting that Hulk for them not to use it.
Yeah.
Just to misdirect people. Wow, that's just crazy.
What I don't like about trailers, man? Show me my scenes that I've seen. Gotta be looking for them.
Blue Beetle was another trailer that dropped. That looks pretty good. A lot of people on the internet doesn't like it. There's like a big like debate whether or not it should be like a HBO Max kind of thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, it looks kind of corny. It looks like Shazam. It has a lot of Shazam beats. I'm like, bro, people are so jaded now. Like they're like, everything's whack. Everything's whack. You know, I want to give things a chance, right? Huh?
I said DC can't get a break, bro. Like,
yeah, they can't get a freaking break. But again, this is all because of James Gunn's kind of like he set the expectations up. Like now you should like you don't want to care about these characters anymore. But he did say that Blue Beetle was gonna be something that's moving forward, right? And watching the trailer, you could tell like he's sticking around. Like him and Booster Gold is gonna be perfect with each other. A1. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that George Lopez said that Batman is a fascist. I thought it was funny because if you dive yourself into these worlds, right, and one lives in New York, these are fake cities, right? So it looks like he's more like in the Miami area, right? They don't have the same beliefs. Like they think that Batman, like people in Florida think that people in New York are crazy. Like, oh, New York is is under fire, and it's really not. That's how people think. Like George Lopez, his character thinks that Batman is like someone that promotes neo-Nazism. So like he doesn't know. Like he's just one person. So like people like looking at it as this movie's being woke.
I think Gotham's supposed to be Chicago, and then Metropolis
Gotham is supposed to be Chicago. Yeah,
Metropolis supposed to be New York.
But like I'm just talking about like in reference to like Florida and New York. Like
no, I know what you meant, but I was just talking about in the terms of like where how the artists, the people who created those fucking cities view cities or whatever. I wasn't talking about your thing. So.
Yeah, but that Chicago was definitely Gotham. Chicago. I'll give them that. They could take that. I take the Superman city. I take that shit. I tell you what city. I tell you what is rocking New York. The Mario Brothers. they made sure they let you know this is New York.
Yo, they're from New York, man. You know where is it from, man? Mario Brothers, man.
But they're not from they're from Brooklyn.
Yup.
They're from Brooklyn. This shit.
Yup.
Represent.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the trailer. The trailer was good. The visuals were dope. I like the fact that this is something that can work with like Green Lantern, like just making shit up as like the way he thought, the thought process of making weapons from the straight like just imagination. It's pretty dope. Like they could do that with but yeah, I enjoyed it, man. Again, like I have my reaction is if you guys want to watch it later, go ahead and watch it after the show, and give it a like and what you call it, repost. But as far as like Red, so how'd you guys feel about the trailer? Because it's only the first trailer, so it's like not the second trailer.
I didn't see it, so I can't do it.
I really like the trailer. I really like the trailer. Like I was saying to you guys in the chat, I think, or I commented on your reaction video. Like it would have been funnier if when they were trying to get the beetle off his face, if they used the chancla instead of just trying to pull it, like try to swat it off with the chancla.
Oh yeah, that's a missed opportunity, man. If he had a chancla and hit it with a chancla, that would have been perfect. Yeah, man, but it's pretty dope, man. It's pretty cool to see like other characters out there, like characters that they wouldn't normally do, like Blue Beetle or something that that's he's not like a deep cut character. But like if you're gonna make a movie, you make something else versus Blue Beetle.
Right.
Like I'd rather make something else versus this one here. It's a tall order because Blue Beetle is very like complex, and his suit is like, you know what I mean. It's hard to do. Like the CGA is gonna be crazy, and it looks good. It doesn't look terrible.
I definitely want to say they did a great job with that suit, though, and I'm so happy that they did the mix of an actual practical suit because I think that gives it so much more of a realistic feel, and I really enjoy that aspect of it so far.
Yeah,
mixed
man.
with the CGI added to it. That technomorphy stuff is dope, like you said. Like I can't wait to see what other shit he comes up with that suit.
And shout out to Sholo, man. He deserves all the flowers, man. He needs it, man. You could tell like he's kind of growing into this actor. It's like the range and all that shit. So that's pretty good.
Shout out to him getting away from Samantha LaRusso, man. Get away from that toxic
There
chick.
we go. I was waiting for it. There we go.
Get away from that toxic chick. Shout out to him getting away from Samantha LaRusso, yo.
Can't mention Sholo without mentioning Sam.
That's crazy, man.
I fucking hate that character.
And you know, it's crazy. Like the fact that he has this big budget movie, like he's still like fuck with Cobra Kai. Like he could easily be like, nah, I'm good. I got other roles and shit. Like he's still sticking around and gonna do the next season. A lot of people kind of get big headed and then bounce. Like I'm too good for this shit. I'm too good for TV.
The last season, just stick it out. It's the last season.
Exactly.
So especially if you got a contract, though. Like if you got a contract, you can't really just bounce.
And I've been seeing him like jump on other like platforms, like other like podcasts and shit, like small channels like us and shit. And he's mad down to earth. So look at Sholo, if you're watching, man, like if you want to invite, let us know.
Shout out to you, brother.
What you talking about, right, man? You better slide in that man's DMs and tell him you'll come on my podcast. You want to invite, like he gonna watch it.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, you more than welcome to come on this channel, man. We could talk some shit, talk some Blue Beetle shit. I know you can't really talk about too much, but like, I guess if the movie comes out, we already know about it. We can talk about it then. Listen, he's gonna be around for a while, man. I think James Gunn likes his character, and I think he's kind of like praised the show. He's like, this is a beautiful movie. I'm like, all right. Oh man, there was a Guardians trailer that dropped as well. Like a very like a 30-second. This was like a companion piece to buy tickets and shit. And I think Rocket is gone, man. Rocket is he's dead. This is
they're not gonna kill Rocket.
They're gonna kill fucking Rocket, and I think that the people think that it's gonna be Peter Quill. I don't think it's gonna be Peter Quill because he did say that he wants to play the character again if they ask. So if that's he already spoiled it.
It's gonna be Drax, but Jesus said I'm done. He's it's gonna be Drax against Clip for sure.
It's gonna be Drax. It's gonna be Rocket, and it might be Groot again. And I think the only people that might be alive is gonna be Mantis, Gamora, and Nebula, and the new
I don't think they're gonna clip an animal, man.
They gonna clip him, bro.
Nah, you know why? I know you can't, because even if Bradley Cooper don't want to do Rocket no more, you can have somebody else be the voice, bro. Like you don't need like that. Rocket is a character you could just put to the side and bring him back whenever you need, bro. Like you don't have to clip him.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, bro, but I think Fresh might be coming from where I'm coming from on this. Like being on Twitter, bro. Like if you see like when they released all of these posters and stuff, bro, it was like a litany of posters and stuff that they dropped, bro. A whole lot of stuff. But if you look at particular posters, like the way they set stuff up, like they have it's not the Vitruvian Man. It's basically like like the evolution of man. They have that, but with Rocket. Like they have another one with a close up on Rocket and his eye, and he's crying, and then you see the reflection of everybody else in his iris. Like there's just mad different. I'm just like I don't know, bro. Either they trying to make everybody feel that way, or they really letting people know, like get ready, like subconsciously, like this is about to happen. That's kind of how I feel. Like I think it might be him.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. I got my tickets. I'm not looking forward to it because I know that this is gonna like make me feel like if it's Rocket, I'm gonna be fucking sad as fuck, man. I'm gonna be fucking sad. And the way James Gunn shoots like death scenes, like someone that's dying, he's he's the worst, but he's the best because he brings out the worst in my eyes, like between like the reactions of the actors and how they like, you know what I mean? Like, when Yondu passes away, the Peter Quill did that same welting sound, like that face, and then he did the same exact face in the trailer for this new shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, this is somebody that's really close to him that's gonna die, and I will say that it has to be Rocket. It can't be good. They're not gonna kill Gamora again. I don't think he would act like that with Nebula. If she died, I don't think he'll react like that. Mantis maybe, but I don't think they're gonna kill Mantis. Him finding out that that's his sister.
Could be Mantis, because Mantis when find out it's his sister, and he instantly got happy about finding out he had a sister. Then to take the sister away, it might just make a man make a Weldon face cry.
That's not a bad theory. This is what we talk about here.
And if you go along with the progressions and the evolutions of the movie, like James Gunn said, the first movie was about resolving issues with the mother. Second one, resolving issues with the father. This one is going to be resolving issues with the self. So, I don't know, man. Like he said, I don't think it's going to be Peter Quill because Peter Quill has to go through that evolution. So, I really think it might be Rocket, bro. Especially with the whole talk and turnaround he had with Yondu in the second movie. You know what I mean? When he was being an asshole, pushing people away and all of that. I think it's a similar trajectory, man. I think it might be him. I don't want it to be, but I just looked at it from like a writing standpoint and things making sense. I think it probably will be him.
And it could be a misdirect, right? He may be saying on his interviews that he's gonna die. He's gonna he doesn't mind playing the character again, but not knowing that he knows that his character dies, right? So like we all think, oh, he's not gonna die, and you watch, he dies. Like, oh fuck, he lied to us. Then that could be like, oh shit. Yeah, man, I can't call it. It's gonna be death, right? And if Peter Quill does happen to survive, he probably had the worst, like as far as like loss out of all the MCU. Like,
I think Thor still.
And then what if you get Okie Dokie and nobody dies? Yo?
Yeah, Thor. Huh?
What if y'all get Okie Dokie and nobody dies?
Hey, it is what it is.
Everybody gets a happily ever ender.
Well, I mean, that's so much, but I mean, they just go on different missions and like, you know, they relax it and they create their own little Guardians colony where the Guardians of the Galaxy is now one big group where anybody could go out and be the Guardians of the Galaxy and not just their core little group anymore.
Well, they own Nowhere now, right? So
yeah. He said this is gonna be the last movie with this team. So this team could be, you know, they're gonna introduce, I think, 2 new characters. You have Cosmo the dog. He's gonna be like a main character, and there's somebody else. I think I forgot who it was. But there's
they could make it where like there's a whole new squad after, and then they just run the base operation since they have a base now. They Quill and them run the base operation while everybody else go out and do missions.
Yeah. Unless that scene with him screaming and shit, maybe Mantis did some shit where he was able to see the past and like he relived his mother passing away again. Because it looks like it's a hospital scene all over again. It could be that. It could be nothing.
He did run out on it. He didn't get to see his mother die.
Yeah, so
in the beginning, he ran out the hospital and the grandfather was chasing him. And then when he went outside, that's when the Ravagers picked him up.
Yeah.
So he never got to see his mother pass.
Yeah, it's just sucks, man. The track listing dropped last week. Track listing looks good. I mean, it ain't volume 1, but it's good. Like,
always better than volume 2.
You didn't like volume 2, right? You said?
Yeah, volume 2 to me, I wasn't a big fan. I mean, I liked it, but I feel like volume 1 was a stronger like track list still.
Yeah, 100%. But the track listing here is gonna be good. And finally, I think Peter Quill's gonna like have some kind of like some hip hop in this shit. Like, oh shit, yeah, like that's gonna be different for him, depending on how they play it, right? Because he got this new Zune. We haven't seen him like play the music from the Zune, and mind you, the Zune is not that old. That's like I would say like 2005, maybe 2006.
Zune's old, bro. That's just
Nah. It was not. It was like 2005, 2006.
The Zune came out dropped the same time the iPod just dropped.
Nah, it came out way
iPod crushed that shit.
I need my fact checker, yo. Fact checker initiate.
iPod crushed that shit, yo. It was like into oblivion. Nobody bought a fucking Zune, yo.
I used to work at MP3s, yo. That Zune wasn't going anywhere. Very, very few people fucking bought that Zune.
I gotta hold you. I bought one. I have one. Yeah, it was that good. It was not good.
Yeah. That shit was sitting there.
iPod destroyed that shit. Yeah.
The only time Zune was moving was before Apple released the Nano, and once the Nano came out, because Zune was the smaller device to have.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, "Oh, this is small, easy to carry around." Once Apple dropped their Nano, that was it.
Zune dropped November 14th, 2006. Damn, it felt longer than that, to be honest. That shit crazy, man.
That's about right, because 2004.
So that means he's gonna have music from 2006 6 and up. So
yeah,
that could be crazy. Oh man, he's gonna have old shit depending on who that Zune belonged to. They can have like
crazy shit. Yo, Zune is so old. We was in our 20s when the Zune dropped.
I had one, dude. I think I got one for Christmas, right? But I imagine I had an
iPod.
Yeah,
we was dead in our 20s when the Zune dropped, bro. We was in our 20s, yo. Like,
November 2016. Yeah, hold up.
Nah, Chris was not in his 20s. I remember it was like 13.
Chris probably younger than that. I know I was definitely in my 20s. Like I was in my early 20s.
I was 18.
Yo,
yeah,
bro. That's old, bro. And I just celebrated my big 4-0, man. I
can't relate, bro.
I just celebrated my big 4-0, man. So I know.
I was 18 going on 19. So I basically had just gotten my job at Best Buy when that shit dropped.
Wait, Are we all 40 on this panel except for Soul right now?
Yes, Chris is the only one that's not 40.
Yeah, right. Just as I'm saying, it's just not him.
Yeah, I just turned 40. I just hit 40. Yeah.
You felt that shit, right? You felt that 40? Did you feel 40?
Yeah, my uncle said, "How does it feel?" And I said, "Painful."
40 is the new 60 now, man.
No, I'm going with this. I'm going with this theory that if you believe that you're younger, you feel younger and you move younger. So I'm gonna start telling myself I'm 25, yo.
Yeah,
I identify as 25.
I would just say don't think about it. Don't even worry about trying to think you're 25. I just don't think about my age, honestly, until it comes around or somebody asks me. Personally, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, my knees be thinking about it for me.
that pop that I hear when I stand up. That
crack. Bro. I'm like doing stretches now and shit to kind of get my body like mobile. Like that shit hurt, bro. It ain't no joke, man.
I'm about to look up kickboxing, man. I need like a total body workout shit. Get myself moving.
Yeah, man. Oh man, so
old people
like,
talk.
Yeah, old people talk. So
yo, man, just go for a walk around the block. Just get it started some way.
Geriatric talk.
Yeah, you know what? You say these things, right? But then you don't want to do it. Like
know
what you need to do, right?
Exactly.
Like I know what I need to do, right? I need to go to the gym, need to like make better choices, but I make worse choices.
No, I make worse. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to do it.
About to pop open a bag of chips after the show.
I got a half a Cuban sandwich waiting for me after the show, bro. I'm gonna bang that shit out.
PB&J.
I'm gonna bang it out. Then after I finish eating it, I get that post nut fucking that regret. Like, damn, I should have lost it. Damn, why did I do this, bro?
Yo, exactly. You enjoying it when it's happening, and then afterwards you're like,
yo, why I just ate this whole bag, man? I could have just eat one or two, the whole bag.
Like, yo, you know what? I could eat this right now, right? But I know if I go to sleep, I'm gonna fucking have that gurt shit. But I still do it. Then when it happens, I'm like,
I'm gonna feel full.
Did it to myself. You know what I mean? Just it is what it is, man. We make poor choices, but we know how to handle it.
That's the worst feeling ever. When you wake up with that, when I wake up with that,
with more bad choices, that's how we handle it.
Acid reflux and shit. I'm over here gagging. Oh man,
that's because we want to eat late and not give our bodies enough time to digest shit. We just eat shit and fall the fuck out. We forget where we at. We wake up.
I try to drink tea at night now to substitute the snacking.
Yeah, I can't do that shit.
Does it help?
It does help.
Does it help?
It does help.
They said drink water. And if you still feel hungry after your glass of water, then you're actually hungry. But if not,
my grandmother used to give before bed a cup of tea and those soda crackers.
your grandmother stories, man. Every time you tell me about your grandmother and what she did to y'all, like you don't really paint her in a good light on the show, bro. Between that and the fucking
her intentions were good.
I believe so. My man doesn't eat right because of her. My man will eat a whole Chipotle. He'll eat a whole Chipotle burrito bowl, and I seen it. I counted 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, see, my man shitting out full grains of rice. You don't finish it. You know, like how the fuck did you? I seen him tear some shit down, bro. I'm like, yo, and he'll sit there and have conversations. He'll throwing some words in as he's chewing. Like he's the productivity in his mouth is crazy.
I don't talk with my mouth full. Relax.
Pause. Anyways, like Fresh Prince brought up this morning. I mean this earlier today, Star Wars Celebration dropped. We got to see exactly what was shown today. A lot of things were released as far as like Ahsoka. So we got an Ahsoka trailer. We got the 3 movies that's coming out. So we're finally getting 3 movies. But the 3 movies are not gonna be an episode. There's something different. So it's not gonna be episode whatever. These are like one-offs. So
individual projects.
Yeah, we're getting individual projects. We're getting one that's called The Dawn of the Jedi or something like that. and this is gonna be like set like this is the very first Jedi.
I'm excited for that.
That's gonna be pretty dope. That's gonna be directed by I think that James Mangold.
Mango, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing that. Then we're gonna have one. It's gonna be a Dave Filoni project where it's gonna tie in the Mandalorian, and then tie in with that in the new trilogy. It's gonna tie in that gap to kind of close that off, and that's gonna be the end of the Mandalorian.
Yeah, they
the
said
end of Mando.
Sorry, during Force Awakens, between the time frame of Force Awakens and the Last Jedi.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
it's gonna be end the Mandalorian. What the fuck?
That's gonna be the end. That's gonna be the end of Din Djarin's story in that movie. And
I don't know how I feel about this.
And the third project is gonna be.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Nah, don't get upset, Red. It's basically the culmination of this story that they started off telling. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, we might get him in the future, but like as far as like the Mandalorian, we're not gonna get any more seasons after this. With
That's
him.
what I said. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean,
you can't make me
still,
love a fucking show and then take it the fuck away, man. Like, what are we doing here now?
I mean, I'm looking forward to that project. And the third one is gonna be, I forgot the name of it. I think it was called Jedi.
New
Jedi Order, something like that. And it's gonna be 15 years after the events of Rise of Skywalker, and they're bringing back Rey as the Jedi Knight.
And then
she's gonna have her own temple.
Grogu's gonna appear like, hey.
That could be a possibility. Not that
it is.
You look at it now. That's been 30 years.
It's gonna be like 100 by then.
Yeah.
So, he's 100 right now, isn't he?
Nah, he's like 50.
50 something, like early 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that project, and it's gonna be. It was like they made a big stink. Like I forgot the director's name, but she's the first female Star Wars director. I'm like, damn, they fucking robbed Patty Jenkins, bro, because she was supposed to be the first one. They robbed her because that Rogue Squadron did not get greenlit. I mean, they got greenlit, but they got shelved. But supposedly they wanted
to kill that 1984. You should have looked at 1984 and said, you know what? How about I revise a lot of this shit that's being done in this movie? Because it looks like shit.
True. I mean, you ain't lying, man. Yeah. So they had the panel. They brought her out. They brought Daisy Ridley out. She is super excited because she's been talking about this shit a while. She'd be like, "Hey, listen, I'm unemployed. It's like if they call me, I'm coming back." And if you notice, John Boyega has been talking mad good shit about Disney's recently. Like, hey, yeah, if they call me, I'll come back. You know, he was like, "Fuck Star Wars, I'm never coming back."
He just said he want the job, yo. That's what.
Yeah, so I guess he heard before everything else. Like they're gonna revisit it and kind of like fix a lot of the shit that people didn't like with the new shit. He's like, yeah, I'll come back because listen, if you bring John Boyega out and that shit don't start off with him as a fucking Jedi Knight, bro, I don't want to hear nothing.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear nothing. Don't bring him back if that's not the case.
Exactly.
Don't say he died off camera.
I'll take that.
I don't want to hear nothing. That motherfucker be wearing a fucking cloak. Have this fucking saber and have battle damage, bro. Like that's what I need. Right. I don't want nothing else, bro.
I don't want dreads and all that, yeah.
All I know is he's the best runner in the galaxy. I ain't never seen nobody running the Star Wars like that, nigga boy.
I thought you was gonna say Screamer.
Nah,
yeah.
That too.
I forgot to mention that shit last week because I told you I rewatched these shit with my son, and he was like, "Why is Finn always screaming?"
Right. Running too.
He even screamed when Rey blew up the fucking ship. He was like, "Yeah!"
Yo, crazy.
Oh man,
they did him dirty.
Yeah, man. So a lot of shit dropped, man. So like between that, the Acolyte series is set to go. That's gonna be like They said it. I forgot how they described the Acolyte show.
It was so weird. She said it was Frozen mixed with Kill Bill.
Yeah,
Like, what
that's
the
what I
hell
heard.
is
That's what I
that?
heard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That should sound crazy. That's what I heard too. I forgot what how she described it. So yeah, Frozen and Kill Bill. I'm like, that shit sounds wild. Like I was confused. Like,
Yeah.
well, okay, all right. I mean, listen, I like Kill Bill. I like Frozen.
The description sounded good though, but yeah, that comparison was wild.
Yeah. So I mean, it's exciting news, right? We're getting like some Star Wars shit. Like we weren't really getting anything that's set in the future, right? Like kind of like we was just waiting. So we finally got something, got some stories and shit. The trailer to Ahsoka drop. It looks good. It looks good. You see everybody. You see the back of Thrawn. You don't see his face yet. You see Thrawn. You see Ezra in the little holographic, small miniature version, but he's there. You got Sabine. Sabine got the long hair. Like everything looks good. Even the fucking droid. I forgot the droid. Is Wrecker, right? Wrecker or something like that.
Chopper. Yeah, Chopper, Hera.
It looks
likely
good.
He's a general now, most likely. General Syndulla. That thing is fire, man. That trailer's fire.
Yeah, so that's dropping in August. So that's a couple of months away, but at least we're getting it. There's a date, there's a month, so we know that it's coming. It's coming finally, because it's gonna be quite a few months before of dry spell before we get any Star Wars shit. Andor is coming back, season 2 next August, so we got more than a year, so that's gonna be some time, man. So that's a long fucking time, but it is a lot of episodes. I get it. They don't do like 9 episodes. It's like, what was the last one? Like 15 or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah, man, that was crazy. What else? What else drops?
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion drop. I mean, the trailer to me kind of looked. The trailer looks like a lot, just some of the same footage from the first trailer. You got to see like the Super Scrolls a little bit. I don't know. I really can't call it. But I want it to be good.
I like the vibe of it. It seems like it's gonna be like another thriller, like going back to that Winter Soldier type vibe, like spy on the run or can't trust anybody type. I like the vibe of the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what has me excited.
Yeah, the director said that the first episode is gonna go straight in, like balls deep. I'm like, okay. I mean, listen, I'm here for it. I need to watch some shit that has like I need plot, man. I need a plot. I need story. It doesn't have to lead to other things. Like, just give me something that is self-contained. And if it's like little nuggets of like shit that could branch out to other things, cool. I'd rather have that versus vice versa, where it's just like nothing, then plot. But yeah, it looks good. I'm not mad at it. Now I want to see Nick Fury. You think this could be his last one? Like, he says this is like his last ride, but you think this is like his last ride? Like, we're not gonna get any more of him anytime soon?
Maybe to kill off his character, like officially kill off his character, like that maybe. But I mean, hopefully not. But
I don't think he's cast in the Marvels.
Maybe he's cast in Lucasfilms.
He needs to be. Mace should have been back.
Facts.
He should have been back, bro. And if you want to bring him back in Ahsoka. Bring him back in Ahsoka, man.
I feel like if they were to bring him back, they might bring him back in that 15 years later.
He'd be
mad old.
Yeah, he'd be old.
But they're gonna be like, "Where you been? You been helping us, bro." been helping us all along,
They're
bro.
chilling.
Like, I got arthritis.
People
my hand.
Like I fell out a window of a high rise. I'm not really doing much action these days, but the force is still strong in me.
If Darth Maul can get cut in half, fall into an endless pit and survive, he could survive losing an arm.
Yeah.
And being electrocuted in a high fall.
Definitely.
Palpatine, yeah, there we go. What the fuck? Like he could come back. Like, oh man. Let's see. Before we get into the Mandalorian talk, I think we got to get there. So let's talk about this Mandalorian shit. I hated it.
You hated it.
I did not like this episode. It does not change my rating as far as the overall season, but this episode felt so like it felt like an SNL skit where it was like, where is these characters even coming from? Like it just felt so fucking weird. I'm like, am I having like a fever
bro,
dream?
April 1st is Saturday, man. You too late for April Fools. Yo. Stop. April 1st is Saturday, man. You too late for April Fools. Stop playing, bro.
Did you guys like the episode? I'm bugging.
Yeah, you bugging. I liked it.
You talking about the one with Jack Black and Lizzo?
The one with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for one, right?
Before I say it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, because you about to say it. It leads. It's so much. Hold on.
Nah.
This shit just opens up another different kind of worm. This shit, to me, again, we are in episode 7. We got 2 more episodes left, meaning we have like at least an hour left of this show, and we yet to show a villain. We are getting story. We're getting dragged along. How this episode was a side mission of a side mission. And then when we actually get progression, it's only 5 minutes of progression to actually to the story, right? You end the last episode in the cliffhanger, right? Man, the Mandalorians got us out, and then you cut into this shit, right? Where the characters felt like super, like the acting was terrible, right? It wasn't executed well, like, and he had Christopher Lloyd. I love Christopher Lloyd. He is my doc. I have him right here. It's my guy. But it was like it kind of threw me out of the show. And then you had the battle droids. My dude, if the battle droids was running like that, they should have won the Clone War. They don't run like that in the Clone War. Like these motherfuckers was running mad fast, bro. Like it was just, for me, it threw me off. I still watched it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm really hoping, I'm really batting for the next 2 episodes to end the story strong. Again, the story, there is no plot other than cool. Bo-Katan, she got a fucking her sword, right? Cool, but it's like there's really nothing happening as far as like with story, and there's no villain, bro. Like, what's happening? I could be bugging, I could be super critical, but I want to hear you guys take on the episode. But the act, for me, the acting was terrible. They felt like they didn't belong. They almost felt like it didn't belong in the universe of like if you watch Andor, right? Look at those characters, right? How they written well. They don't look like they belong in the same world, right? It was like, hey, this is me. Da, 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 da. It felt weird. It felt out of place. And I was like, and I knew that Bryce Dallas was gonna be directing this one. I'm like, oh shit! So I'm waiting for like a dope ass fucking episode, and for me it wasn't. So I guess I could start off with whoever wants to go first, and I want to listen. I want to see.
Well,
maybe
maybe the this season doesn't need a villain. Maybe it just needs, to collectively tell the story about the Mandalorian, getting, all the, the Mandalorians just getting back together. That way they can set something up for the future. That could just be it. It could just be a season to kind of fill in the rest of a future story, like it's set up for a big action movie.
But again, this is my problem, right? When you have a season and the season, all it is just a tee up to something else. Like we've been waiting 2 years to get this season, and for us to kind of get something that's just a tee up for something else, like you can make it a self-contained story that has plot, but then have things to kind of tee off little things. Like it shouldn't be in the reverse, where everything.
Yeah, but it's not like it hasn't happened before. There's been a lot of.
The first season was like that.
Season 2 of Mandalorian was not like that.
First season was like that. First season, we didn't know who the villain was until like the last 2 episodes. It was Maul Gideon. We didn't get him until like the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the plot was Grogu. Like he had the plot was him taking this dude to A to B. Yeah, there was no villain, but there was a plot in between, and then everything else is coming.
You have a plot in between right now.
But the plot right now is getting the Mandalorians to group up as one.
Group up and retake Mandalore. That's what the plot is right now.
Yep.
But all right.
So it's gonna end up leading probably into a big war for them to go back to Mandalore, and they're probably gonna run into the fucking.
Bro, we just saw what they had to deal with just for him to bathe in the living waters, yo. Imagine having to retake the whole damn planet back. Yo.
Yeah, but
that's going to be crazy.
The Empire is probably going to be like, yeah, no, we're taking Mandalore. You can't have this. We already got this shit, and they're going to be like, no, we're taking this shit back. It's probably once they have all the Mandalorians together, because right now the Empire, kind of fucked over Mandalore, and all the different clans split up. And now they're all back together, and they're going to retake it. They're going to probably go into a war with the Empire.
But with Din Djarin, right? Like he bathed in the living waters episode 2, so his arc was already at peak episode 2. Everything else, if you was to take plot and cut the fat out of every episode, you got like maybe 20 minutes of straight progression. Like they do side missions, and then we get a little bit of plot, like towards the end, like the whole fight between her and Rex.
Well,
that little bit of like dialogue, like real dialogue, not funny dialogue.
You could say him bathing in living water was the subplot, and the main plot is him helping in the retaking of Mandalore.
I mean that'd be nice if that happens. That hasn't happened yet, so we got 2 episodes. My thing is like with these Disney shows, they rush everything. And we talked about it numerous times with everything else. Like, if these shows are only like 30 minutes, we only got an hour. So are they gonna deliver? I just hope that it delivers, because it could flip, but also could just be tee up.
Well, I don't know. Me, I enjoyed the episode. I felt like this episode, when I was watching it, I got like a little Blade Runner feel, like they were doing like a little call to Blade Runner and this shit. When they're trying to find, Blade Runner, when they're trying to find the replicants and stuff like that. With this one, they have to find which robot are the defected. And then like even the Neon City, when they're chasing the robot, it gave me that Blade Runner vibe when he was chasing the guy, the replicant, through the Neon City and Blade Runner. So that's the kind of vibe I got from this episode. Maybe they did like a little homage to Blade Runner and this shit. The lizard and the Jack Black shit, it didn't bother me because we meet weird characters all the time in The Mandalorian, so it really didn't bother me. I mean, though I was like, what the fuck, lizard and Jack Black? I ain't gonna hold that. I was like that at first. I was like, what the fuck? But then we meet weird characters all the time in The Mandalorian, man. Like how that's how Din Djarin knew how to speak to the uptalks when he met her. He's like, oh, I've spoken, and it was like because he met the weird character the first season where he was like, I've spoken and all that shit. I was like, what the fuck is this weird ass guy talking about I've spoken? And now we know that's how you talk. You understood. So this shows that everything has a reason. Everything happens for a reason in this world. So we may not get the payoff in this season, or maybe a later season or a later episode. We're gonna get the payoff for what's going on.
Fresh Prince?
I felt the same way. Like it started, and they got there, and it's like, okay, they got there. I like the whole Epcot Disney feel to it. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I like the way the environment look because again, it's Star Wars, right? So it's all about different planets and environments. So that was a cool aspect of it. So I like that. That was cool. Yeah, the whole Jack Black and Lizzo shit threw me off, but I was laughing too hard because it was so unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they didn't carry it too long, it didn't last long enough for me to get frustrated with it. You know what I'm saying? So I laughed it off. And like Red said, we get weird people all the time. And going back into what I've been saying before, like when they had Tim Meadows in the previous episode, like we're getting these character actors that they're bringing in to play these aloof people in charge now. And it's just giving you a better picture on how the First Order came out of nowhere and just took this whole shit over because these people don't know what the hell they doing. None of them. So again,
starting to look real clear, yep.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you take a step back and look at these things, they're planting the seeds for everything. Again, I'm not saying it's a masterpiece, but I see what's going on. I'm not gonna give credit to a bad episode. I enjoyed it. When I rate these things, I try not to get too technical. I'm most of the time I'm going off of the enjoyment I had during the episode. So again, to me, I'm gonna still say I had like about a 5 with this because again, like I said, even though it was weird, it kept me engaged in the beginning. I was enjoying myself. Red brought up Blade Runner. To me personally, it took me a call back to when Ahsoka was back on Coruscant when she left and when she was with the 2 girls and the sisters. And they had like a similar situation where they was running, chasing a droid that went haywire and all that. It was a pretty similar situation. So I thought about that. So to me, I was like, oh, that's cool. They're calling back to Clone Wars. But again, that's a good scene because now other people get like Blade Runner and vibes and they get different feels out of it. I like them going through the whole droid mission because to me, that took me back to like old school, like noir detective movies where, and I'm calling it. I'm watching it with my son and I'm calling it out. And I'm like, yeah, this is usually the time they go and they find out that they got to go back and double check the dead body. So they went to the morgue and pulled the droid out. Like that shit was funny to me. Like, because I'm like, that's what they do in those movies. They go check the blood. Oh, they found out that they didn't die because of this. They was actually poisoned. So now we got to find out where the poison was made at. Like this was basically like one of those old school, like variant type of movies, but they just did it in, yeah. And then same shit. He had me rolling too because he was the good cop. When you got good cop, bad cop. He was the bad cop. Yeah. the bad beat cop kicking the droids. Like that shit had me rolling, bro. Like I'm just looking at the parallels of everything. So I had a very good time with this episode. I like that they gave the droids like some type of personality, whereas like, yeah, it was kind of cheesy. We're like, yeah, we riding together. But at the end of the day, like it shows you the droids have some type of sentience. They do respect the humans and they just want to do what they do and live just like other people. Like I'm getting just different vibes out of all of these things. Yeah, the Christopher Lloyd thing was kind of whack and cheesy, but seeing Christopher Lloyd, I was like, that shit is random. I'm like, what is going on in this episode? It's just mad random shit that just keeps happening. And yeah, it's the last. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd just wanted to be in Star Wars. That's all it is, basically. I want to do an episode. Yeah, I want to do a Star Wars episode. All right, Christopher Lloyd. Let's do an episode with Jack Black and Lizzo.
That was dope to me. That was crazy. Yes, it was like a fever dream. Yeah, that shit was wild. But at the end of the day, when it got to the end, I enjoyed the end, even though it wasn't that long. I wanted a battle. Again, like I told my son, every time Bryce come through, she makes Bo-Katan look like a fucking badass. And she did it again. So it's like you got those little elements of it. And she got the saber. It might be anticlimactic for some people, but at the end of the day, like this is what we knew or what we've been calling was coming. Gideon is gonna come back. He probably got another sect of Mandos and then still other people they trying to. So at the end of the day, Fresh, you might not think this episode had anything to do with anything, but they got an armada, they got a fleet now. They have other Mandos to fight with them. And Jack Black and Lizzo said that they will stand up for them to be a valid, independent system when the time comes for that. Even
not
if she
only
didn't
that,
want
but they said it'll be they'll give fealty to Mandalore. They said let Mandalore be in charge of them.
Right. And then we look at this like this episode was wild and it was dumb, but now they got battle droids. So when they need to fight, they got battle droids too. We know they're gonna get a mythosaur later on. They got the birds that they raising. I mean, I don't see how people can complain and say like this stuff is not building up. It's a lot of stuff that's building up right now. I just think if you're looking at it for the main point of Din, you're looking at it wrong because it's the Mandalorian and the main, like Soul said, the main story of this season is the Mandalorians, not just him.
I said that.
Bum, 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 bum.
I said
Oh,
that a couple
my
weeks
neck.
ago.
Huh?
I
Well,
said
no,
that a couple of weeks ago. I said it's about the
Soul said that a little
Mandalorian, it's
bit
not about
earlier.
Din. Well, my thing is not about like the pieces that's being put on the table. My thing is just like overall, just the acting and the way it was written threw me off. They threw out some nuggets out there like, hey, cool, like, we'll help you guys out, but like everything else in between that was like kind of like, all right, it was kind of like goofy to me. And it just threw me off because it's like, all right, cool, you got all this serious shit, and you hit me with this goofy shit. Then I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh, shit.
I think that was the intention of the episode because even when Bo-Katan and Din got there, they're like, what the fuck is this goofy shit going on here? that was the
It definitely
reaction
had some Alice in Wonderland vibes.
Yeah, that's the reaction they had. They had like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this goofy shit going on
Like
here?
I get it. They live in this bubble that they pampered by these droids and shit. They don't have to do nothing. Like I get that part. It just what threw me off was just the writing itself. It was just like they were not. It was almost like they were improvising the whole entire time. And like normally, like with Star Wars, like when they because now with these Star Wars now, like they throwing these celebrities in these shows and shit, and it's like they're just throwing them in there. Before back in the days, like with the sequel trilogies, like there was like cameos everywhere. We just didn't see them because they were like in stormtrooper suits and shit like that. Like they were like they were hidden, right? And we find out later, like, oh shit, like Prince Harry was like one of the fucking Order 66, like you know, like things like that. But like it's just kind of like throwing people in there, like just to throw it in there. I mean, but like Lizzo was fine, like she was cool, but like yeah, I just didn't. At this point in time, I'm just getting like frustrated because I'm like, yo, like it's 2 more episodes, right? And we may not get another season of Mandalorian. That movie might be the culmination of Mandalorian, right? This movie they just announced today might be the one that we see him again. So I'm like, damn, bro, like, is this the last one? Because they haven't even talked about season 4. And then with the ratings and all that shit, the ratings are going down. Like, I don't know what's happening. We may not get another season. So I'm like, fuck, if I really like this, I like this world. I like the whole Mandalorian shit. I just really hope that
we still got the Boba Fett.
I really hope that the 2 episodes are fucking solid, dude. Like, let's get to the meat and potatoes, man. Like, let's find Moff Gideon. Let's find all this shit. Let's really do some work. You know what I mean? And hopefully that happens.
We're gonna get all of that. We're gonna get all of that. And we got Rick Famuyiwa doing the last 2 also by himself. So I think we're gonna get. And he did those other episodes when Gideon popped up, like Red said. We ain't find out till like the last 2 episodes, and those last two episodes was killer when he popped up. So I'm expecting the same thing again. I'm not ready to jump ship. I'm ready for everything to culminate in these last 2 episodes.
Like I was watching like cause episode here, I'm like, oh man, I really can't. Like I don't want to waste this Wednesday to see this shit. So I started watching the Bad Batch season 2, and I'm like, this shit is fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I wanted to see some shit that had like meat and potatoes, like some real story, some real progression. I'm like, this shit, and like Fresh Prince, like he said that this kind of like ties up a lot of shit, a lot of loose ends, and kind of like tease up a lot of other shit. But like they do a good job at teeing things up without fucking up a story. You know what I mean? Like I'm really big on story, man. I'm sorry, it just for me, it's just.
But I mean,
it didn't end well. That's fine.
To be honest, I don't see the disconnect of the story that you're seeing because I see the story still continuing. That they went into this goofy palace and they had a little sidetrack mission. I mean, that they had to do, but the end goal was them to meet up with the other Mandalorians, which they did. Bo-Katan and get her fleet back, which she did, and the same thing. Jin actually ended up giving her the dark saber. Like he said, listen, like and it was like, oh, but she has to earn it. And she said, well, you know, and I called it out. I say, yo, technically, when Din got caught up in the last thing, technically she could have took the blade for herself because that wasn't his blade anymore. He was wrapped up and trapped up. So and then when he said, "Listen, this what happened to me, and this such and such," wouldn't you say that's her blade now? And then everybody's like, "Yeah, that's her blade." Yeah. Then he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna turn it to a rightful owner," and that was smart. That was a smart way to pass on the blade without having Din and Bo-Katan fight each other for it.
Yeah, I released a video based on that shit because we called it when it happened, and I just made a little recap. It's pretty funny because I mean he does get it right. It's like it's a bullshit way of getting it, but it's it is what it is, right? He lost it. He
can't even use it. He don't need it. He first of all, he doesn't really like using it.
Yeah, he can't even use it.
He can't use it. You don't need it.
It's a waste, man. It's a waste with him right now.
You've been trying
to
get it back to him since he was on the fleet the last time.
Word.
And I like Dan, and I want to see him. I want to see his story more. But I feel like with this season here, he's kind of like taking it back. Like, all right, cool. He doesn't want to be in charge. He doesn't want it. So they're letting other people get shine.
I want to see
at the same time, like I want to see everyone. Huh?
I want to get his Beskar spear back, yo. That shit was fire when he had the Beskar spear.
Yeah, I think the she took it away from him. She like Mandalorians don't use Beskar as weapons, right? Some shit like that. As spears or some shit like that. She told him that he shouldn't use it.
Yeah, I think they said they don't use Beskar as weapons, just armor.
Yeah, I know he took it away, but that shit was fire though.
Yeah,
beat Mark Gideon ass with that Beskar spear. That shit still against a lightsaber. They need to rethink their ways. That shit.
But I think that's what's gonna happen. Like I still think there's like a undertone. Like a subplot between the armorer and everything else. I think there's some shit that's gonna be popping off with that. Yeah, but I mean, listen, not every episode is gonna hit, right? Out of 6 episodes, I didn't like one. I mean, the odds are great. Like I still enjoyed 5 other episodes. Like I don't want this to become like an echo chamber. Like we all like the same shit. Like, like it's just, I didn't really connect with this one here, but I really hope, please, I really hope that these last 2 episodes are great, right? It just ends off ends off solid, and we can look forward to whatever is building up for the next, adventure. Because at this point in time, it's like, Grogu's cool and all that shit, but like he doesn't really like do much anymore. He's just there, right? Like he had that one good moment where he pushed the guy, but like you can kind of put him away, right? But as of right now, he's not really doing much for the story.
They've been doing that in like every episode. Like, yo, stay with this person. Stay with this person.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it makes you feel like
though,
he probably wasn't even supposed to be in this season. He was probably still supposed to be with Luke. Like, they probably panicked. Like, nah, you gotta have Grogu in the show. Like,
yeah. But let's see, man.
That
Hopefully we get like.
He was up with her cheating the game she was playing. He was going
yo.
Nobody knew he was cheating for her. He's over here like.
I threw up a tweet too. I'm like, yo, this dude Grogu just graduating every class just off of cuteness, bro. Like this dude became a Jedi, became a Mandalorian. Dude just got knighted. Like this dude don't be doing nothing but chilling, bro. Like,
yo, and all that shit's gonna pay off later when you see Grogu in the future. You're gonna see he's part of part of that.
I know, right?
He's welcome everywhere. Everywhere he goes, he's welcome.
Oh man, gonna be bull everywhere.
All that shit's gonna pay off in the future.
I just kind of still hope that he ends up being like a lightsaber wielding.
Oh yeah,
he's going
back to Jedi.
He's going back to
Jedi.
He's
gonna be like.
There's got to be a reason why Luke has Yoda's lightsaber.
The way they got him set up right now, he could be like the ultimate warrior in Star Wars history. Because not only could he have Mandalorian training, but he could also have Jedi training too. Man.
and he be tapping into the dark side too. Don't be sleeping. I'm gonna be wilding sometime.
Yeah, he's gonna be the Jedalorian.
He might be more powerful than Yoda. By the end of it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, the episode didn't hit. For me, it was like I don't know.
That's all right, man. The last episode when they had that boring ass episode with the science doctor. So I mean, it didn't hit for me.
Yeah,
it never hit for everybody.
A lot of people didn't like that shit either. Yeah.
That shit was a deviate from the fucking story. That shit had nothing to do with nothing, yo.
No, but then some people say no, it was a Fresh brought it up like it was a part of something, right? So like there's always something. There's always a reason why they throw some shit in there. It's just we don't see it. We don't see it initially.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because it's like I can't fault people or be like, oh, it's because you didn't pay attention. Like I'm not like an asshole to nobody about anything, but like that's the same thing about like if people clown Jack Black, like the whole thing is that's where he came from. He came out of that program, the same program that they explained where Shorty came from. That's where Jack Black came from, and that's how he got set up on. Yeah, that's how he got set up on there. And so they are again, they're connecting a lot of things. If people just. And I'm not talking about you, but like we've been on Twitter, so it's like a lot of people like, yo, this shit is trash because they're not talking about then or then. It's like, yo, chill and just pay attention to what's going on in the story. Like everything don't got to be focused on then all the time.
Not for nothing though. It's like a lot of people nowadays got ADD, bro. Like they can't sit through stories, bro. Like they can't. Like if something's not blowing up, shooting or slashing, in, bro, it's like. They're like, yo, what the fuck's going on, bro? Like,
this shit is mid. This shit
is
mid.
Brain shut off. Yeah, their brain shuts off. And like, they don't. Nah, this is nothing, man. I don't like this shit, man. This is bad. Just because they got to hear a little dialogue. I can listen to dialogue, but the dialogue just got to be entertaining, man. Just don't give me no boring dialogue to listen to. I can listen to dialogue all day. And do a dialogue in the beginning. I don't know who wrote the dialogue in the beginning. That shit was slow as hell, but by the end of this shit, the dialogue picked up, and I was like, okay, this is dialogue I can sit and listen to, yo.
What's your score?
Oh, that shit's a 5 for me. I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, I did like it. It was a 5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5. I enjoyed myself. It wasn't. I got pulled out initially for that second, but again, there was nothing about it that made me feel like, nah, this is terrible. Nah, I enjoyed myself. I give it a 5.
I'll give it like a 3.
Damn.
You know what's funny? I say he's gonna say 3 in my head. I was like, he's gonna say 3.
Yeah, I can't get down with that shit. It's too like for me it was like too childish.
Sorry, man. Subjective. All this shit.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, it's weird. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it gets the ends solid. That's all I care about is if it ends on a good note.
For you,
because we don't know what the next season is going.
For you, it's still going strong for us, so it's for you. Hopefully,
no, it's all good. I don't mind being the odd one out. It's cool. I don't mind that shit. Do we have anything else? Let me see. I think I'm out. Any more else in my topics? The release. Damn, nothing else. Nope. You guys have anything else you want to add? Anybody else have something that maybe had crossed your thread y'all want to talk about?
I really know.
Man.
All right. I mean, where we at? 2 hours? Oh man, we good. We're on time. So yeah, we're gonna end today's episode. We got through a lot of shit. I mean, there was a lot of shit to talk about, so we try to like make sure we was good with timing. But thank you guys for the new follows. We got 2 new follows. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, Chris, for commenting because that helped out. You know, give us some kind of engagement. We appreciate y'all. Again, we should be releasing some more reactions. I know that Fresh Prince got something in the can. We might get that out sometime this week or Monday, whatever. I think there's some shit that's dropping next week as well. I think there's gonna be a new Flash trailer they was talking about, from what I heard. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't want them to spoil the movie because I'm really looking forward to seeing the Flash. So they'll be being the worst with like. I know we a show. I know we a channel, and we need to. We want to react to certain things, but like, yo, I don't want to like ruin something for myself.
Me neither.
So
there's a lot of movie critic channels where they say they stop watching trailers because they don't want shit spoiled for them either. So we're not the only one that do it. There's a lot of I know a couple people I watch. They say they stop watching just about the trailers.
I've been doing that shit with games too. Like when games have like like PTRs and shit. Like I'll play a little bit if I get invited to the PTR, but then I'm like, nah, that's it. Okay, I don't want to do it anymore because it's like one, spoiling the game for yourself, and then two, you're gonna be doing this progress that you're just gonna have to repeat again once it actually releases. So
that's actually worse.
I treat trailers as the movie trailers the same way. Where I don't want to be spoiled.
All right. Yeah, man. So again, we on Untitled Live. We talk about all types of shit, movies, current events. We don't stray away from the tough conversations. If you're looking for a panel that's diverse as far as like our thoughts and shit like that, yo, subscribe to us. Yo, give us a go. If you don't like us, unsubscribe. But at least give us a go. Give us an opportunity to change your mind. Yeah, we're here every day, not every day, but every Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have little shorts coming out throughout the week. But there's always something, there's more than one thing dropping on the channel. What else? Also, we have some new merch on the untitledentertainment.com. We have got the Puerto Rican Day Parade in June, all that kind of shit. So we're getting ready for that kind of shit. I got some PR shit, PR merch for us. If you guys want to cop. Yeah, man, we're gonna try to throw some more shit out there. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So until next time, guys, we'll holla at y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.